Hi guys, this is Jason here from the Nathaniel School of Music. I'm sure all of you, as a piano player, at some point in life have done this. And then this. And then this. And then this again. And then you go faster and faster, and then you do other scales. Usually we tend to start on C major for some reason, and then do the other majors which have lesser black notes, and then it goes up, and then you start doing minors, and essentially the exercise is just going up and down the scale, ascending and descending, or Arohan and Avarohan as we call it in India. So in this tutorial, I wanted to present 5 really interesting ways to just do that same thing and have a lot of fun while doing it, at the same time really grow your rhythmic chops and really know the notes of your scale, as opposed to just it being a very muscle memory kind of thing. So let's dive in and get started. Before we do, it'll be awesome if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the bell icon for notifications. So let's begin. So the first way to make the major scale exercise a lot more interesting is to just look at the logic behind it, right? If you take the G major scale and just go up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So now if you have to go up, you're counting 8 notes including the octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? So either you're going to end on 14 notes, which is the A at the descent, or you end on 15 notes. But then you shouldn't end, because you have to keep repeating it. So you go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and... You see that it doesn't actually add up to a bar of 4, and most music we play is like a bar of 4. So I've always observed this, trying this out, and always wanted to do a few more things to just make it sonically interesting while working on the technical things which you need to cross over the fingers and stuff and understand the contour of the scale all at the same time. So the first exercise just takes the 7 notes of the major scale ascending and plays them over 8 beats or 8 subbeats. So in other words, one of the notes is going to be longer, a crotchet, while all the other notes are going to be shorter, quavers. So you could start with maybe a crotchet and then endless quavers. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and see how that easily lines up, because I made the first note long. And you could follow the same principle. The first note of the bar is a quarter note or a crotchet. 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and continue. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and lines up nicely, right? 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you could do this with any time signature, I guess, but 4 beats per bar or 4x4 is quite common. So now that we've made the first note longer of each bar, let's now make the second note longer. The second note now is going to arrive at a subbeat, 1 and, if you're dividing by 2, right? So that's going to be the A, which is the second degree. So that'll end up being 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and, at the way down, 1 and 2, right? So the and of the 1, and then the B will nicely line up at the on of the 2, make that long. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and E on the way down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now we want to make the 2 and long, or the C on the way up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and repeat, and 2 and 3. Sing it. What else can we do? Well, we just move forward. Let's make the D longer. 1 and 2 and 3 and the D's at the 3, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and C on the way down. Ba 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 da 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 dum ba ba bum ba da 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 dum ba ba bum. All of this really sounds quite interesting if you ask me, almost like a new melody on its own. Now the E, which will be at the 1 and 2 and 3 and at the end of the 3, which is the note E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and all the ands feel very exciting and very jumpy. So you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Repeat. Finally, the F sharp, which will land at the last beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the A will be your last note. 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Right, so let's just do it from the beginning. You have and try to hold the pulse in your left hand or in the bass if you can. With some chords. And now I'm highlighting the A, which is the and of the 1. Love this. Now the B. Then C. The fingers get a bit displaced, but I think that's part of the fun, I guess, right? As long as you don't compromise on the sound, then the D. E. Syncopate. So that was part 1. Do head over to part 2 where we'll discuss another really exciting way or another way to make just a simple major scale ascend and descend a lot more interesting. Right? Head over to part 2 and thanks for watching part 1. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.